Hi, I'm Kanisha. I'm here to talk about my favorite shows with queer women. I've got a list of 50 shows that I've ranked, and my criteria is simple. It's based on my overall feeling about the show and based on the amount of queerness. I'm including any subtext or potential queerness. Obviously, this is a list of shows that I've seen. If your favorite show didn't make my list, it might be because I haven't seen it. So number 50 on my list is Rookie Blue. I started watching the show because I knew that there was a lesbian character. I had to wait till like season 3, I think, till we got there. But I like the story of this character, Gail. She discovers that she's attracted to women. The way that the show kind of handled her, it feels weird to call it a change, but that's kind of what it was. She dated men, and then all of a sudden she's like, I hate men, I'm gonna date this woman that works with her. It's just weird. Like, she could have just been bi and it's fine, but I think they made her turn into a it's just weird how it was handled for me. It's just weird. But her relationship with the woman that she dates who works with her, like, I like them together. I like that relationship. It had ups and downs, which is normal, and I like them together. It didn't end well, but I thought it was good while it lasted. And as far as the show goes, like, I don't hate procedural shows. This is basically what this is. It's a cop show. So that part isn't like bad for me. I've watched other like detective shows. There's actually another procedural show that is much higher on my list. But for this show, it was tough for me to put this higher on my list because getting into the lives of the personal lives of the characters, like away from their job, there wasn't really much of that happened that I remember. I feel like everything in each of the cop characters' personal lives was so attached to their identity as cops that it feels like we didn't get a lot of stories about them being people, like being humans. I just remember a lot of like drama that happened in the show that was because they were cops, or like somebody was undercover and things went badly. Like, I feel like all the drama was about being a cop, and that's not bad, but like, I feel like I would have liked the show more if every character's identity wasn't screaming cop all the time. So that's why this show is number 50 out of the ones that I've seen. Number 49 on my list is The Other Black Girl. I recently watched this show for my YouTube channel, and I really enjoyed it. The queerness of it all, like, there's not a lot of it. The lead character's best friend is gay, and we meet her ex-girlfriend in the show, but she was in one episode. And the gay character Malika, she made an offhand comment about marrying Rihanna, like in the first or second episode or something, but that's kind of all there is as far as being gay or bi or whatever. So really, there's barely any queerness, to be fair and honest with you, but I have it above Rookie Blue just because I enjoyed the show as a whole more than I enjoyed Rookie Blue. I really enjoyed the like supernatural kind of sci-fi. Maybe is not fair, but supernatural definitely. I enjoyed that part of the show, The Other Black Girl, and there was this mystery that I was very into. So I like the show more than Rookie Blue, so that's why it's higher. Number 48 on my list is The 100. If you've watched or heard about the show, you probably already kind of understand why I've got it so low. But I will say the relationship between Clark and Lexa was, when it was good, it was great, I think. I think the writing of that relationship started out very well, and it progressed, and the two characters got closer, and it was great to see. It was a great relationship. It was a great build up, I think, to them admitting their feelings for each other. So yeah, all of that, like the highs of that relationship, is kind of why it managed to get into the top 50. But then everything else after that was terrible. I kind of feel like this relationship and how it ended is like a massive turning point as far as queer representation, and maybe like this, from what I remember, started a huge outcry on social media for how Lexa was killed. So it's kind of, Clark and Lexa are, I feel like, huge as far as LGBT culture. But the way that relationship ended, I couldn't put it any higher than it is right now. And I really enjoyed the show while it was airing. It was a cool concept. I know it's based off a book, but like it's an idea that's right up my alley as far as sci-fi. Like there's elements of post-apocalypse. Well, it is post-apocalypse, but like that kind of fantasy, dark fantasy, I guess, maybe. All of that stuff, like I said, I enjoy those kinds of stories. So the show I really enjoyed. For a while, my feelings for it did go downhill, and I haven't finished the series. I've watched like 5 or 6 seasons of it, but yeah, the 100, kind of mixed feelings towards it. Some very good, some very bad, but yeah, I put it above The Other Black Girl just because there was far more like queerness in the show, but yeah, that's pretty much why it's above The Other Black Girl. Just it's more gay. Number 47 on my list is Once Upon a Time. I will admit that when I was watching the show, when it first aired, I did not see the relationship or the attraction between Regina and Emma. Like, I just didn't see it. And I remember seeing things online about Swan Queen. And then I've watched a few like fan vids of the two of them together, so I almost see it, but I'm still like not fully there with those people who ship Emma and Regina. I want to be there, but I don't really see it. But there were a couple of other characters, if I remember correctly. I think Red Riding Hood had a relationship with Dorothy, and I think Mulan might have been attracted to one of the other princesses in the show. If you're unfamiliar, Once Upon a Time is a show like where fairy tale characters are like real people. So there's princesses, there's the big bad wolf, there's Snow White and the Evil Queen and Pinocchio, and like all those characters are people. So yeah, Mulan I think was attracted to one of the Disney princesses. Don't remember which one, but and it was, I don't think it was explicit, but kind of felt like there was something there. So yeah, it was, so the show overall is kind of gay, but I guess the beauty's in the eye of the beholder kind of thing. Like, I didn't really see it, and there are explicitly other characters who are gay, so that's kind of why this kind of really why this show made the list at all. But once again, I love watching this show and the fairy tale stuff that happened because it's fantasy. So I enjoyed that more than The 100, of course. So yeah, that's why Once Upon a Time is 47. Number 46 on my list is Degrassi: The Next Generation. Of course, it's here because of Paige and Alex. I like their relationship. Like, I don't think there were any lesbian characters until Alex. I remember, I think it was Marco, who was gay, and I don't remember any other queer women before Alex. So Paige and Alex like stands out to me. I'm trying to remember if there were anyone else, but I can't think of them. So Paige and Alex got together. I remember that. Like, the Degrassi show is like a teen soap opera, teen drama, of course. So a lot of stuff happened. There was a lot of breaking up and getting together, kind of like for everyone in the show, and just like teen stuff. So the show overall was like, it's okay. I mean, I started watching it, I think I was in high school, so some things were relatable, and like I got into it and kept watching the show. But of course, one of the most important things to me was watching Paige and Alex. And I like Paige and Alex together. I like seeing their relationship and how they sort of, the ups and downs of it. Like, I think they broke up a few times but got back together. But like, so seeing them together was good. Especially, I think at that time there really wasn't much of anything else as far as lesbian relationships on TV. So Paige and Alex were probably one of the first that I remember seeing. And then of course they were teenagers, so it was a lot different than the L Word, which it's probably the first thing I ever saw that had lesbians in it. So yeah, like two very different shows, but like Degrassi was, I mean, I was the target at that time, being in high school, so watching other teens, it was like fine. And then Paige and Alex really made me more interested in a different way. So yeah, Degrassi, number 46 for me. So yeah, that's 50 to 46. I think I'm gonna do 5 of these per video until the list is complete. So yeah, so last thing, the last thing before I go, if you made a list, which of these shows would you put higher than I did? I'm very interested to see what you have been watching, and if there's any overlap as to the shows you've watched and the shows that I've watched. I mean, I've said, if you've been watching my videos, you know I like fantasy and sci-fi shows. I think I have quite a few of those on my list. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, just let me know in the comments which of these shows would you have put higher than I did. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. If you're a queer black woman who has grown up barely seeing any black LGBT women on TV, especially compared to white women, then you've probably thought there aren't a lot of girls like me. Maybe that has made you grow up feeling like you shouldn't be black and queer. Maybe you struggled to fit in with other black people when you were in high school or college. Maybe it's made you not want to speak up about your queerness. Or maybe you never really tried to find characters who look like you on TV. Maybe you just waited and hoped to see them in a show. And now you're an adult and you still think there aren't many queer black women on TV. Well, I've got good news. There are way more TV characters who are queer black women than you think, and I'll help you find them. If you're serious about wanting to see more queer black women on TV, then the next step for you is to watch my video series called The Biggest Problem for All Queer Black Women Watching TV. In it, I'll tell you what the biggest problem is and the easiest, simplest, best solution to find TV characters who are queer black women. Click the link in the description to get access. But warning, this may not be for you, and that's okay. If you don't care about seeing more queer black women on TV, then you don't need this. You can move on with the rest of your day. This is for you if you grew up thinking, since there's no one like me on TV, maybe I shouldn't feel this way. Maybe I shouldn't think that girl is fine. Well, that's not true. I found over 150 TV characters who are queer black women. And that girl that you know is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But seriously, I'll teach you how I found queer black women on TV in my video series. Just click the link in the description.